All right, y'all, come on in, come on in, come on in. We got some good stuff to talk about today, y'all, in the cover. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, kicking it with your girl. With that being said, y'all, we finna get right into it. So let me get this straight. You mean to tell me that a state lawmaker was murdered in cold blood, another barely escaped with their life, and the suspect is tied to a Democrat governor armed to the teeth? A hit list of 70 people. And all of a sudden, y'all, the media is trying to already play the cleanup crew. No, 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 no. What y'all not gonna do is y'all not finna do it on our watch because we're paying attention. According to CNN, y'all, Vance, the manhunt suspect, had a mock police car, manifesto, weapons, uh, the No King flyers, and a hit list of over 70 people. Now, some people are talking and saying AOC was on there, Omar, and all these other type of people and stuff like that. Y'all know how these people try to paint the narrative. Do not fall for the BS. Okay? Not a passion of crime. This is more so-called a list of premeditated political violence. That's what it's called. And we, the people, are paying attention, and we not finna let nothing slide. Tim Walsh and whoever else, pay attention to who's talking, y'all, and who's real silent on this situation. And for those who don't know, Melissa and her husband, they were gunned down due to agreeing with the Republicans on illegals taking a cut in illegals' health care. And for that, she lost her life. Her husband lost his life. And I believe they said two was injured and recovering. I'm gonna have to look and see if anything's changed with that. But this is the world today. This is what we got going on, and they trying to send a message to be like, oh, if you go with that side and stuff like that, this is what possibly could happen. Again, this is the party of hate, violence, and chaos, and so much more. With that being said, y'all, let's go ahead and get in our first clip. It's coming straight from Gunther Eagleman on X. Let's dive into the video. Let's go.
Well, the car is a treasure trove of clues and potential clues, not just forensically, but things in plain sight. What we're told from law enforcement sources briefed on the investigation is that there are a cache of additional weapons inside that car, indicating that the suspect was loaded for additional targets, possible confrontations with law enforcement or security, a large amount of ammunition. In an ammunition bag, they found a Father's Day card, presumably addressed to the suspect. But there is also this manifesto which lays out his issues. And on top of that, a very, very long list of names, approximately 70 names. This includes numerous state legislators from Minnesota, but it also includes other elected officials, a couple of mayors. It includes other places in Minnesota, including medical clinics, abortion providers, pro-life advocates, and it includes some locations and individuals from out of state. What does that tell us? It poses the question of what was the ultimate game plan? Was it to continue to get through this list, to go as far down with as many attacks or assassinations as possible until he was stopped by police? What we know now is that at his first location, he did his first attack in the pre-dawn hours of the morning in the darkness, that preemptively police went to the second location where the nearest other elected state official was and ran straight into the suspect. The Brooklyn Park, Minnesota police exchanged shots with the individual, which caused him to flee towards the house and then into the darkness. But that also made him leave that car, all of that evidence, and potentially part of his plan behind. Now, with the idea that they exchanged gunfire, the fact that he was described as wearing a tactical vest, probably body armor, likely bullet resistant, he may be wounded, or the vest may have deflected that, but he is with whatever weapons he had on him, without a vehicle, and still theoretically on the move somewhere in that area that he could have gotten by foot, or perhaps called an associate or a friend to pick him up. So that hunt is still extraordinarily intense.
Yeah, it really is indeed very intense. All right, John, thanks so much. Veronica Miracle's also covering this. Veronica,
Okay. But here's the thing, y'all. This is why they not screaming from the rooftop, because the very person we talking about, which is Vance, um, was an appointee on Tim Walz's board. Mm-hmm. The very same person, Tim, who's saying this was a tragic, it was a tragic, and for some reason ignoring the very person that he had ties to, the guy that pulled the actual trigger. Y'all, that's not suspicious enough. That's called conflict of interest. If you're gonna ask Queen B, come on now. We're gonna keep getting into this, y'all, because we got to be really paying attention to this story, because y'all know that this side always has to have a narrative. And so far from what I've been hearing is um they trying to, we're gonna get into the friend of 40 something years of Vance, and who was pretty much saying that he was believed to be a Republican, he voted for Trump, he was against abortion and all this other type of stuff. And I'm over here like, yeah, I'm gonna have to really look into that, because y'all know the narrative and where they want to point the finger at and who they want to blame it on all the time is Trump. So we're gonna have to really dig in and look into that. So y'all give me some time on that. But anywho, we gonna keep it to moving to the next video on here, y'all. And that will be the actual homeboy. Now, this man claimed that that's been his boy for like over 40 something years, roommate or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I'm not pretty sure if I can even, get into this, but we finna dive in here to y'all into this next video, y'all, coming straight from Colin Rook, and then we're gonna chop it up towards the end. I'll give y'all my thoughts in a second. Let's get into the video.
Love you guys. I made some choices and you guys don't know anything about this, but I'm going to be gone for a while.
Oh God, here come the acting.
Sorry. Maybe dead shortly. So I just want to let you know I love you guys both, and I wish it had gone this way. I don't want to say anything more and implicate you in any way, because you guys don't know anything about this. But I love you guys, and I'm sorry for all the trouble this has caused. I love you guys. I made some choices.
So now here go the cleanup crew, y'all. They bring a homeboy, roommate, whatever you want to call it, for over 40 something years, y'all. And that very text that he read, if y'all go look at the full clip, he wasn't even trying to show that message. Now here's the thing, y'all, because the plot thickens. Not only was Vance, appointed by Tim Walz, but his wife had some type of connection as well. So here we go, diving into the deep dive, y'all, because I know if y'all like me, we got answers. Okay, we got a lot of answers that need questions too, and we need to get down to the bottom of this, because roommates of this guy looks like he got a Papa John shirt on. He's crying frantically or whatnot. Y'all know I could keep going on and on and on, but I'm telling y'all now, the narrative that they trying to play is not the one that people with common sense is seeing. I always say, let's just stay silent, just sit back, y'all, and watch this ish unravel. You'll be surprised of who is behind all of this. Tim Walz for one. But baby, like I said, the plot keeps thickening. So let's just keep moving on. I don't know how to feel about the bimbo, because he, like he stated, his friend, was voted for Trump and he was against abortion and all this other type of stuff. But yet you're been appointed by the Democrat governor, Tim Walz. I'm trying to make sense of that, and I really can't make sense of that, if y'all get what I'm saying, if y'all following me. Anywho, let's keep this thing going. However, it's sad that innocent people lost their lives by actually voting on something that were actually for the citizens and the people of the United States. Let's keep on going, y'all. All right. Did Vance's wife drop him off and send him to get the car? Someone forgot they grabbed the keys. It was too late to go back. They needed to flee the area. And not to mention, y'all, there's another clip of the police going back to the homeboy's house or whatnot, because they got like, I don't know if they had got like a heads up that he was there or whatnot, but they did swarm back there and, you know, kind of blow the windows out and stuff like that or whatnot. So this might be the clip before they actually got the heads up to get there. So let's dive into this video, y'all. Check it out. Coming straight from Hour on X. Let's get it. Oh, yep. So that's the footage that they have of him now. And for something like this to go down, y'all pay attention to the way he walked up there so calmly and stuff like that, unhinged, on the run, all calm and stuff like that, not in panic or anything. Like, what's up with that? Seriously, like, what's going on? He ain't sprinting or anything. He calmly walks up that driveway. Pay attention. Hitting the window out. But we was told the way that they spinning it is that he was very chaos, mental illness, and all of the above and stuff like that. But he walking calmly, he walks down calmly, he hits the window calmly and everything, you know what I'm saying? But they spinning it like this. That's called a cover story, y'all. Because somebody who had just committed a crime and stuff like that will be running up and down, busting that window, trying to, like, where is it? Where's the chaos? Where's the mental illness? This man looks like he's perfectly fine. He's walking up, walking down. Y'all got to pay attention to all this stuff. When they want to spin the mentally ill and all this other type of narrative on them. Just to have a cover story. Man, stop. Just calm, just in his car. No need to rush. You know what I'm saying? I got time. Look at him. Then his friend also mentioned something like he was going through a financial crisis and all this other type of stuff. Like, come on. This is wow. This man taking his time, y'all. Seriously. Look at that. So make it make sense. We can't make this stuff up, y'all. For somebody to be chaos and all this other type of stuff, that movie be moving pretty quick. He walking like he just got some help. Like all right, I'm waiting on what I do next. Somebody call me and let me know what's my next move. Like, seriously. Still on the go. They stating that they got his cell phone, so they're gonna be seeing who he made phone calls to, this, that, and the other leading up to this day and stuff like that. It's interesting to see what we find out with that as well. All right, y'all. So we're gonna keep this thing going because it's stating that the wife of Vance was nabbed at a traffic stop and certain things was found on her. So with that being said, y'all, let's go ahead and dive into this video. This is coming straight from America First Voice. Let's dive into this video, y'all. Let's see what's going on.
And Tom has new information from multiple law enforcement sources about Boelters' wife being detained today, Tom.
Oh,
I've been working
detained.
the phones for several hours, as you know, trying to track this down while we were all covering the manhunt here in the Twin Cities this morning. Sources tonight tell me the case was also taking a turn about 90 minutes to the north near Onamia in Mille Lacs County. Multiple law enforcement sources with direct knowledge of what happened tell 5 Eyewitness News there was a traffic stop at a convenience store near Romania. Between 10 and 11 a.m. this morning, law enforcement made a traffic stop involving a vehicle carrying several relatives of Vance Boelters, including his wife. We have talked to an eyewitness who says about a dozen law enforcement squads converged on the vehicle and remained on the scene for 2 to 3 hours. We are also told by several of our sources the vehicle contained a weapon, ammunition, cash, and passports.
So you mean to tell me you got relatives up in the car? Y'all got passport, weapons, cash, and all this other type of stuff. Y'all, they was planning a whole getaway. Meanwhile, he's still on the loose. And so I wonder what connects with that. Was they got a certain place they gonna meet up or whatnot? What's going on? You get what I'm saying, y'all? This wasn't nothing spontaneous. This was a whole plan to get away. So it lets you go to think like, oh, okay, the wife knew what was going on for her to have all that in the vehicle with some relatives that they stating. Like, this is all, you get what I'm saying, y'all? It's not considered, now this is considered an operation, okay? Connect the dots. Put 2 and 2 together. Well, I'm telling you, we're going to sit back, y'all, and watch this thing unravel. You're going to be surprised who's going to be behind this. Pay attention who's talking, who's silent as this goes on. Let's keep this thing going, y'all. It gets us to the last of the video coming straight from Sarah Fields, y'all. This is just her take. MSM is straight up lying to you about Vance Boelters. Gee, I wonder why. I want to know y'all thoughts. If there's any new updated that has came up since then. This is what I have so far. Again, I stated y'all I'm gonna go ahead and look into more about Vance and things like that or whatnot. But this is where we at today with it. You get what I'm saying? And I appreciate y'all for tuning in, kicking it with you, girl. My heart does go out to the families because regardless of the situation, whatever side you on, nobody deserves to die for doing the right thing. And this is their whole narrative, y'all, to try to fearmonger again, scare the American people like, oh, if you choose to go against our side, this is what can happen and things like that. Y'all forget, right is right and wrong is wrong. And these people are failing tremendously. They already lost the election. They are losing the very people that they think that they can brainwash. People are waking up. People are tired of this ish. And it just goes to show you how weak this party is and how low they will go for the very people they claim they fighting for, y'all. They'll take them out in a heartbeat. With that being said, y'all, we finna get into the last video. I want to know y'all thoughts. Let's talk about this. Any updated information that y'all have, go ahead and drop it in the comment section, y'all. Let's talk about this. Let's get into the video. Let's go.
So as many of you know, I have to about people, and one of the things that I consistently hunt down is voter registration and voter information. What a lot of people do not realize is that every state is different. Some states have closed primaries and some states have open primaries. And when you look up voter registration in some states, it'll tell you someone's party affiliation, or it won't tell their affiliation whatsoever. It'll just say whether they're registered to vote or not. Minnesota is one of those states that does not tell you the party affiliation of a registered voter. As you can see here, Minnesota does not register voters by party affiliation. There's no party declaration, and they have an open primary system.
Well,
so
she answered my question.
So would someone like to explain to me why the mainstream media is straight up lying to people?
She just answered my question, y'all, so it makes sense. Now let's get into it. Okay, come on in. Let's go. That's crazy. This is what they trying to do. They trying to flip the narrative, man. They do that. This is crazy. Let's get it.
Despite serving under Democratic governors, Boelters last registered to vote in 2022 as a Republican, according to New York Post. New York Post and Newsweek, shame on you. This is exactly why I do what I do. Because the mainstream media is full of shit, and independent journalism
fake
is
news.
Where it's at. First of all, he was appointed under Tim Walz until
Yep.
2023. Why would a registered Republican in 2022 be working under Tim Walz until 2023? This is Vance Luther Boelters' voter information right here. This provides proof that he was registered as a Republican in Oklahoma in 2004. But if you look at the Minnesota voter registration, you'll see that there is no party affiliation listed under Minnesota. That would be because if you look up the direct registration of Minnesota, all it provides you is his name and his birth year and if he's registered to vote or not, which he was, but it does not tell you party affiliation. As an investigative journalist, I've been doing this for years, and I have a team that looks up people's voter registration information all the time. Mainstream media is straight up lying to you about his party affiliation. Why would they do that? Why would they do that?